What is up, YouTube? McIntyre here. Today we're going to be doing a replay analysis again. It has been a while, and this is a subscriber of my Twitch channel, Cover. He submitted this gameplay today of Kerrigan, and he wanted me to go over it, so I'm going to do exactly that and kind of talk about things that he could do better or worse, and really just analyze his play. He said he struggled a lot this game. And it kind of makes sense, like, the other team's composition is very, like, anti-Kerrigan. So, when we look at this comp and this map, let me turn the sound down super quick, just a smidge. When we look at their comp and this map, really, Kerrigan's job this game is going to be solely to get the skeletons. When a team fight breaks out, there's not much you can do within the team fight. So your hope is honestly to get the objective and push with a Punisher and get value that way. But prior to that, like, early game ganks aren't going to really go in your favor. And since you have a support monk, like, you don't really have the burst damage to get a kill unless you kind of like smurd and stun into your combo Vol's autoing the whole time without Zarya there. I mean, looking at it from the start, like, the other team has Zarya top and Sonya bot, so, like, you guys can play aggressive right here. That was a pretty good chunk. God, the sound is really loud right now. So I like that aggression. As long as the Zarya is not there, you actually can kill people. So, like, this Sonya and the Zarya honestly can both be killed. And one thing that you really want to focus on too is, like, pushing. If you're not gonna try to kill people, then you should, like, try to place your W somewhere in the middle of the lane. You don't even have to really combo it, but you do want to focus on pushing to get that rotation. Since they're holding a 3-1, like a 1-3-1, when you come down here to the Sonya, oh, it's a good try. When you come down here to the Sonya, you want to try to push the lane or just gank the Sonya because she's playing really far up to siege and get this wave pushing while you guys push mid. There with a combo too, like, you can be more patient on that. She's gonna obviously just juke out of her mind to try to dodge you, and if you're patient, then you can kind of punish her. But again, like, you can tell, like, this Sonya is just waiting for you to show mid, and, like, now your team's showing and fighting. Oh, nice. You even got a pick up here, so that's really good. Again, you guys should be getting picks if Zarya's not there, but since this Sonya is waiting for you to show mid, I think she's trying to push every time you don't. Looks like she might even be DC'd here. This is interesting. Okay, yeah, she had to have been DC'd, or her mom, or the mom or something, a girlfriend was talking to that player. Because Sonya's been pushing out bot every time you guys show mid. I really like this gank top too. But you kind of over gank for it, so the other team can get a lead. And even more so, Vola gets killed as well. So you're trading 1 for 1 and you're losing your initial, like, shrine lead here. And since you're low, yeah, I'd go top before you go into this. But on this objective, you want to, like, solely be queuing the minions. So you don't want to fight at all. You just want to be queuing minions. It's important to remember, too, because you've already messed up. Or actually, you got it. But your first Q, it takes 2 auto attacks to get the last hit. And then after that, because of your talent, you deal bonus damage, 25% more, and then it only requires 1 auto attack. Here, you're honestly just fighting without Vola. So they're gonna get a good advantage from this. But I think if you have Vola there, you might kill Sonya. Sonya is really strong against the Kerrigan as well, though. So yeah, going mid here is worth. I wouldn't even trade with the ETC. I would just focus on his minion wave. Like there's no reason to trade with him because he's just gonna eat his health back, and you're wasting your time that you could be pushing. Right? You want to push this as fast as possible, then rotate. But like even here, like Leo's already soaking this, so there's no reason for you to be standing here unless Leo's gonna leave. So again, like you're doing laps mid, but you could be like positioned here. You could already be top to gank, right? Like your team did this camp, then soaked mid. Leo like relieved that pressure, and then the whole time you were kind of just, you know, not really doing anything. Obviously you were soaking mid, but someone was already doing that, and then by the time that your team showed up mid, someone was doing that as well, right? So you could be looking to get a pick top, to push the waves out, to do another camp. Yeah, something else, like more proactive. The other thing is that you just play behind your Murden. So when I play Kerrigan, a lot of the time I just play behind my tanks, and I let them do things for me. Another thing too is like on that camp, you should use some cooldowns. Like you didn't use a single spell. Like push the camp out a little bit faster with either W or Q last hit the minions to get reset, something like that. So here again, you're playing in front of your warrior. You should be behind him. So the warrior should be here, and this should be you. You've kind of led every engage, and that's going to be a lot harder. That's going to put a lot more pressure on you to hit the combo. Whereas like here, if you're Murden stuns, yeah, so this is just all sorts of madness. But if Murden hammers that Sonya that's just face checking into your brush, like this is the proactive positioning that you should be looking for. And this is, you know, this is a very unpunished Sonya. And in this case too, you have a 100% combo there if you cast this correctly. So let's bring it back a little bit more. Like two things happen. Like one, both of you hesitate, which is already bad enough. But Sonya is running to the right, and the way that I've always looked at it is if like the size of your claw, right, can fit within an area, then the person can't dodge your combo, right? So I'll pause it when it happens. But here, yeah, your Murden just needs it. That's the easiest stun of anyone's career right there. It's just one, like, I don't even know. But you guys have like so much pressure here. Like even if you miss everything, like I don't see how this guy gets away. So here's the combo that I'm talking about, right? This area is like the end of your claw, okay? And he's going here. So if you put your circle here, your claws here, this is like an 100% unless he super cuts up this way. Like he has to cut this to this square to get out of that combo, right? So circle here, into the claw will be here. Like you hit this every day of the week, right? You see it still? Circle here, claw here, like you hit that every day of the week, right? Instead, you hesitate on your W. You hesitate on your combo. I think as your Murden was hesitating on his stun. You miss your W. You end up hitting your Q, I mean your E. But it's like way too late. Like you should have E'd earlier to keep him from getting around the corner. Yeah, honestly, both of you just were very hesitant there. The other thing is like you can't hesitate. Like a lot of people are going to react incorrectly if you combo quickly rather than if you are patiently waiting to combo. And I say that in a sense of like, oh, they see you and now you're comboing. It's like, okay, they have to react to that. But if you Q them, they're going to react because they're reacting to your Q, not so much your combo. So that's when you want to be patient about your combo. Like you want to be patient when you Q and they're going to obviously react, right? Which was like when you ganked bottom lane earlier and the Sonya just was like going up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But if you are standing in a brush and they face check the brush, they're not going to react to I honestly just combo from the brush. If someone's running into me, then I combo myself and then pull them in, right? Because then they honestly can't react at all, and it's pretty much a guaranteed stun. Don't drop your... So yeah, so like using your Q, you can take Kier to Q out the wave. But you guys are in a good position. You're the same, you're even levels. So now it's just your job to just Q and kill these things. Yeah, so you should be Q auto attack, Q auto attack. That's the way I normally do it. Auto attack Q, or Q auto attack. Either way. And like your team, you shouldn't be focusing on your team at all here. Like this is, if your team's dying, that's their fault, but they shouldn't be fighting. The idea is that the other team has to pressure in to contest you, and then that's when your team gets an opportunity to fight. Instead, your team gets caught without any pressure on you, and now, yeah, I think you just lose this, right? So that's something that your team does incorrectly, and you honestly do kind of incorrectly, because you should just be hyper focused on the objective until they come contest, because that's where Kerrigan, you know, succeeds at, is on the objective. So it gives you outs, right? Like if you're standing up here and they come up, then you Q over here, and then if they follow you over here, then you Q over here, and then if they're going to chop you down here, then you Q back up, and then you Q back over here, and the whole time your team is pressuring this area, right? But if you collapse down and then they just you try to get away and then they just collapse on top of you, then you lose. Or in this case, your team fights without them pressuring you at all, and you lose. But like here, I would look to Q this. I would Q all these, yeah. Perfect. You want to push this as hard as you can. You don't care so much about your mana right now. You need to get the wave pushing. And then now you can maybe look to kill Zarya, like... You can re-push out mid, you can back, do easies. Looks like ETC probably took stage dive, so I would, if you have tap, I would tap here. Because in like all honesty, like Kerrigan is pretty terrible defending a boss. Which is why it's so important to win the bosses on this map in particular. So at this point in the game too, you hit combo on 2 people, but you don't Maelstrom. Like if you're gonna combo in the late game, like past level 10, you just have to commit to the fight. Even if like you Maelstrom and nothing happens and nobody dies, it's much better than comboing and not committing, although you're committing yourself by comboing and then dying, right? So there you've comboed to, and you've said, okay, I'm fighting, and then you wait on your Maelstrom, and then you know, are like, oh, okay, I should Maelstrom now. A lot of the time, you'll see when I combo and the fight's happening, it's combo into Maelstrom, into auto attacks. Like, it's like, okay, we're going. Always remember as well, like the circle under yourself into the E is pretty good. Or like we talked about on stream, like you can hit Alt, then W, and you self-cast W underneath you, then press the E. So that way you can hit the melee combos. But like, yeah, here, like, I like creating pressure a lot of times on people by just queuing to the minions. Like this is a pretty good fight. So we'll stop it right here, because there's a lot of different options for you, okay? And we want to talk about, just as this fight is broken down, what's happening and where you should be at. So you have Sonya ETC on you, which are going to both be problems. But you have like a couple options, right? You can Q down here to get away from these two. You can Q over here to kind of pressure maybe these two. You can't get to the Lunar at this point. Or you combo here, you pull them down into you, and you combo here, right? So you're pulling them down into you, and kind of, you're fighting, okay? So you're getting expulsioned out of your mind. But combo right here is like the sickest debate of your life. Because remember, like, this is like the easy, this should be fairly easy, and I see the claws kind of up here. But this is like a tunnel combo, so you just put your circle where you put it, and then you E down the tunnel, right? And you hit a combo on both of them. And it's important to remember when you damage, right, you get shield. So if you had comboed these two, you would have gained a huge chunk of shield. Your monk does a really good job of palming, but like it's already kind of too late. Your team has essentially lost the fight by now. But if we go back like just a little bit, let's go back a few seconds. There is like a huge, a little bit more, there's a huge window of opportunity when you kind of start headed down around that corner, that bend, that you can hit a really sick combo. Okay, so right here, you already have a window if you want to hit your W and just say, okay, let's fight, all right? Then you get expulsioned, so you can't combo. Now you have, again, an insanely powerful combo here. If you put it right here, like your circle right here, and you pull them down into you, you have, it's like insane combo, okay? Plus you have your Vala auto-attacking them on the back the whole time here. So now, if you hit a combo there, they'd both be stunned where they're at, and Sonya would be really chunked. Instead, like, your Vala gets expulsioned, right, which slows her after, so she's no longer attacking because of how far you've kited. And then you miss your combo even, so. Plus, oh man, let's see, let me see that one more time. So you get palmed, and then you stop committing to this fight. I think you can kill the Sonya here. Because you queued out. Oh no, that was a really, really good Aegis. I mean, I would also suggest, like, not taking adaptation, taking battle momentum, so that you can bruise a little bit harder. Oh, nice stage dive. Who does this Vala outplay? Tumble the slide? But, like, I think so far into this game, like, a lot of the errors that I'm seeing are just hesitation errors, and you missing windows of opportunity, right? Like, there's windows that you've had that you've whiffed, and it's caused, like, obviously negative things that happen in the game, and now you guys are behind. I mean, we'll continue to watch, because I guess you technically still can come back, and from the look of the time of the game, it looks like you might. But yeah, being 2 levels down is a really tough for Kerrigan in particular, because her damage is so weak that like, if you're not ahead, then, or even your combo is just not going to do enough, you know. Luckily, these guys are letting you triple soak while they do the objective. So it looks like you probably are going to get a window right at this boss. They're going to get the boss. You're going to be 13. They're going to push. Probably just jump over the wall. Don't lose keep. And then you maybe force fight there. But yeah, I would still, like, I would have pushed one more wave, probably mid. It's important that you get 13. This is a good window to fight though. Vala just died to, I think, Arcane. So the window is now gone. Wait a second, let me watch this again. What just happened? Did somebody throw something at Vala? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, okay. Resident Evil, baby. Yeah, so the window to fight is kind of gone now, but you did have a 13-15 before they hit 16 to fight there. In that case, I would have sent, like, Leo after them. to kind of pressure them so that when the boss dies, you go into them. That way ETC doesn't have... I mean, he can jump, obviously, to respawn, but you get a window, like, a couple seconds before ETC gets there to engage. So you can find a pick in that window, right? When enemy teams are pushing like this, what I typically like to do is like stand here and wait for them to, because they can't see you standing here, right? And then when they play up like they're doing now, then you can hit combos on like the Ario or the Zarya or the ETC and then run away, right? Or even like standing here because they don't see that. It's like the same for like, sometimes I'll stand here when they're on the objective and I'll combo them from here and then jump in. Because they don't see that. Again, when I talked about that before earlier, if you're in fog, they're gonna like not respond to your combo. So the 14-16 fight, honestly, not terrible for you guys. Like, the game's pretty much over if you don't fight at this point. So you have to find a play. You can honestly wait 16-19 if you soak well enough. But, like, this objective is spawning too fast that you should just look for a pick now. Like, you should go and try to kill that ETC who's splitting. Like, instead of going objective, try to kill the ETC splitting. Like, he's probably going to go down here and soak. Like, go find him and kill him. Like, you showing here is not what you want to be doing. You want to wait for ETC to show and then fight. Or find a pick. It looks like you guys are going to get 16. Luckily, you do have mid-fort. But... looks like the game closes out fairly soon. So the last ditch effort. Looks like it's going to be a 16-18 fight. Just back. Yeah. Oh, nice stage dive. Yeah, so you should just kill this guy. That was 16. That's something that, like, I practice a lot recently is control talenting. And it's super important there because I think if you control talented either blood for blood or aggressive defense, you might have lived. But you guys do kind of miss your window again to kill the ETC. Like, you have to be, like, much quicker about it. Let me see one more time. So ETC dives in, right? And for me, like, that's like primo combo. Like, you know where ETC is going to land at. So if you time your combo, right? Like, you and a lot of people react to this stage dive is like a panic. Like, I have to get out of the circle. Like, you don't have to get out of the circle. Like, just respond to him when he hits the ground. Like your Volta player. Like, Rain of Vengeance that. Throw your Q. You. Combo. Oh, you threw W at something else. Interesting. Well, anyways, like, Murden, stun. Like, you have tons of other CC here. But, like, react to him landing. Don't run away from him landing. Thunderstrike. Piercing bolt. Because, like, you waste, like, 4 seconds. Like, it's just an ETC. He's not that strong. If you chance you see him, he dies. I think you throw a W here. Let me make sure. It seems like a pretty unnecessary W. You normally do not want to W. I only throw my... If I have to throw something, I throw my E. And I hardly ever do that. I hardly ever drop combo. And in your case, you don't have battle momentum either. So you should just never... You, like, almost always want to have your combo. But, like, you see, like, how your team reacts to this? It's just him. So he lands at 15-23. And at 15-27, he gets Aegis. So you have 4 seconds to kill ETC with 5 people. With a kill comp. So... But I'm assuming that this is kind of the end of the game. Maybe do like one more team fight. Mid's gonna open up because of the boss. And then they probably core you from there. Here comes a fight. So, oh, you gotta be careful when you're by yourself. Again, playing off of your warrior, like, it's really important. Like, you've already comboed and used cooldowns, and then now your warrior's using cooldowns and comboing, and you guys aren't syncing up your buttons together. Like, it's super important when you're, especially playing on a team, to push your buttons together rather than just everyone push their buttons when they feel like it. So if you had held your buttons there, then you could have comboed on top of the Murden stun. Right? It's just all about patience and waiting for the right windows. Here, you know, like, you can Q here, then Q here. Yeah. But your Murden's already used cooldowns, and now, you know, now you're waiting to use cooldowns. This is a really good palm. But no one's really syncing up buttons. And like here you Q, like you should be queuing here instead of queuing them. Always take these outs. Or like even this ETC, like let me back it up for a second. So I think you queued the Sonya instead of the ETC. Which is a big deal. Again, this is like a lot of your team not hitting buttons together. So you're getting huge chunk. Okay, so you do end up carrying the ETC. But it's just too late. I guess like moral of the story of this game for me is that if you're gonna pick Kerrigan as a player and like as a team, you have to use her as a follow-up to a combo or a stun, right? And then that is going to lead to another kill. Otherwise, like, you shouldn't play her and play just like Alarak instead or Thrall, like, because these heroes are more sustainable by themselves and don't require as much assistance from their team. Like Kerrigan, very much so, requires her team to sync up with her and her to sync up with her team. So if you're trying to do things by yourself, you're never going to succeed. And most of these situations this game, like, I saw maybe 2 combos hit total that were impactful, but all the other ones were just kind of randomly thrown or waited, you know, you waited too long, or it wasn't very proactive, more or less. So it seems like if you continue to practice it, then you'll get much better and you'll be able to kind of, you know, win these games and play the Shrine, right? Like every time it was like you team fought off Shrine, like always fight on Shrine when you're playing Kerrigan. It's super important, especially on this map. It's the reason we picked the character, not so much because of her combo. It's because she's so good on the freaking Shrine. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the support. If you would like to subscribe and follow me on my YouTube, you can do so, or check me out on Twitch and Twitter, which will both be located below. Cheers, guys. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next video.